at least meet with a lawyer if you haven't hired one to kind of prep you for what that interaction is and what the purpose is, because the purpose is not necessarily to help you get money. The purpose is how can we deny giving you as much money as you want.
Oh, absolutely.
And then, treatment wise, like I said earlier, you just want to get treatment as soon as you need it. And that may be instantaneous after the accident or may not happen until a couple of days later. But as soon as you start having pain or thinking something's wrong, at least get checked out. And then, once you're checked out, you can figure out what the issue is and whether you need any further care at that point or not. So those would be kind of the three main things I would tell people.
Yeah, definitely. I think you're right on with that too, with the adrenaline and everything. And not only that, but the swelling and everything that happens after an accident doesn't necessarily happen immediately all the time. Things
Sure.
get worse before they get better. So for sure. And maybe you answered this question, but I was going to ask, are there, certain damage thresholds or case characteristics that signal when somebody really needs, a lawyer representation versus trying to handle it on their own?
Yeah, I think, if you view it from the perspective of what the insurance company is going to do if you don't have a lawyer, is probably the best way to look at it, because I always tell clients there's different buckets of adjusters, and the people that you deal with initially, if you're not represented by an attorney, their goal is, how can I get this claim to go away the fastest by paying the least amount of money? And they're not worried about evaluating your claim. They're not worried about whether you've finished treating. They're worried about, how do I resolve this claim and close it so you can't come after their insured again? And those kind of frontline adjusters, most of the time what they're going to offer is like $1,000, maybe $2,000 if you're lucky in most situations. If it's more catastrophic, maybe they'll get up to 10 or something. But it's always going to be a very small fraction of probably what your case is worth. And so, I tell clients, if they've gone to an ER and have some follow-ups, and they're looking at their bills are probably, between $7,000 to $10,000, that's probably justifiable to get an attorney, because they're never going to get that by just dealing independently with an adjuster.